Hello friends, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming and welcome to another Path of Exile video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Rather than focusing on PoE the game, I'm going to be focusing on some content creators for Path of Exile on YouTube. Path of Exile is a huge game. There's a lot to cover, but I can't cover everything. I don't think anyone could cover everything about it. So these are going to be some content creators that do things that are pretty significantly different to what I do. And they're going to be content creators for Path of Exile that I personally enjoy and that I personally watch. So this isn't a top list or anything. If you have any Path of Exile content creators that you personally enjoy, let me know in the description below and we'll definitely check them out, and it'll help with the community as well. All right, let's get into the first ones. All right. Number one, we have ZiggyD. ZiggyD's been playing Path of Exile and creating content for it for a very long time. One of the most well-known figures in the community, and if you're not subbed to him already, you definitely should be. One of the reasons I put him on this list is because he has the ins with GGG. So basically, he gets to go over to New Zealand when a new league is launched, and he gets to hang out with the Grinding Gear Games, the makers of Path of Exile, and he gets kind of the inside scoop. And the reason that's significant is he has videos like this when new leagues launch. This is an expansion reveal where he's able to give more detailed information and kind of a visual representation of some of the new mechanics in the league. This is really good because we have to just look at the patch notes and try to decipher everything. So if you kind of want that early jump on the league and you want a little bit of a quicker understanding of the new league, ZiggyD is definitely the guy you want to be following. Now, lately he's been doing some Borderlands 3 content, but when he does make Path of Exile content, it is excellent. He is just very charismatic, very wholesome, and yeah, he's informational, very much an informational powerhouse. So ZiggyD is 100% someone you should be subscribed to. And a little side note, ZiggyD is actually the one who inspired me to start doing YouTube. So a little bit of trivia for you there. All right, our next YouTuber is going to be Demi, or Demigod King. And Demi is kind of the guy you want to live vicariously through. He has so many exalts. He's actually a standard player. He has a huge amount of exalts, and he uses them to craft extremely high-end gear. So one of the fun things about watching his videos is he can take pieces of gear and metacraft them to make literally the best items possible. It's something I could never personally do because I only play leagues. I don't really play standard, and I never accumulate nearly the amount of currency you would need in order to create some of these things. Some of these things cost hundreds or thousands of exalts to create, and it's just a blast watching and kind of getting to live that rich gamer life through Demi. So really fun to watch there. Highly recommend for any of those who like to gamble, because crafting is kind of like gambling in PoE. So fun to watch him roll those dice over and over and over again. The next YouTuber is It's Yogi. It's Yogi provides a series that I'm very, very fond of in the beginning of every league as well. The actual trailer. He is kind of more of a comedy YouTuber, so he has a very good sense of humor. Once again, a very charming accent, and he just seems like a really nice, genuine guy as well. He also creates a lot of kind of interesting off-meta builds when he does do the build guides. So you get to see kind of uncommon builds, things you don't just see around everywhere, which is really nice. He, generally speaking, is just a fairly solid YouTuber, and I would highly recommend him. And he makes me laugh pretty often, so that's a rarity in the PoE community. Not a lot of kind of humorous PoE YouTubers that I'm aware of, at least. Next up, we have Grimrow. Grimrow is actually one of my favorites. I barely ever miss one of his videos. As you can see, these are all watched. And the reasoning for that is Grimrow is just a powerhouse when it comes to information about making currency. And I'm not just talking about general stuff like what I do. I'm talking about extremely detailed spreadsheets, hundreds and hundreds of maps run for each experiment to get all the details right. He min-maxes making currency and basically finds out the optimum method for doing just about everything, like setting up map sextants, setting up his atlas in such a way, figuring out what the best map to run is, figuring out the best way to run the league mechanics. He's got it all, and he explains it in incredible detail. He explains it really well. Extremely well spoken, very, very intelligent YouTuber. I would highly recommend it. He also seems to collaborate with a bunch of really high-end gamers, high-end players in order to get all this information. So really, really fantastic. And I definitely think if you are interested in optimizing your endgame play, Grimrow is definitely one you want to check out. And last but not least, we have Zizzerin, popular streamer, basically one of the most dedicated streamers. I'm actually surprised he can make so many YouTube videos on top of how much he streams, just an insane amount on Twitch. But Zizzerin does a series of videos that I think are absolutely fantastic for new players, and that is the Sunday Roast, where he goes through and he fixes kind of newer players' builds. And by watching these, not only do you get some entertainment value out of it, but you also get to kind of glean all these tips about gearing, about setting up your skill tree. Just watching these long enough, you're going to be able to understand the game much better than if you just fumble through it yourself. Not only that, but he does build guides, he does specific mechanic guides. He's probably the most well-rounded overall current YouTuber, even though he streams an insane amount. He's an extremely dedicated guy. I'm kind of worried about his health because of the sheer amount of time he dedicates to Path of Exile and even other games. He was in the race for the World of Warcraft Classic. So yeah, he is extremely good, would highly recommend. And if you're only going to check out, some of his videos, I would 100% recommend you watch all of his Sunday roasts. He has 18 episodes of them, and they're still going to be relevant. It's just general game knowledge, and you can get so much insight from watching him. All right, so I'm not going to put any honorable mentions. There are so many fantastic YouTubers out there. Just let me know which ones you like to watch. Maybe I'll do another one of these videos because there's no way I can cover all of these in one video. I have a Halloween party to get to tonight. Couldn't edit a bigger video, so wanted to get this one out for a while now. I hope you enjoyed. If this is something you did enjoy, don't forget to like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.